is the 2020s, and there is time for quests.
The Adventure Game Podcast?
You know, it's like Clacks. It's the 90s, and there's time for Clacks, you know?
What's Clacks?
What's Clacks? What the hell?
Ben, I'm a little bit more in tune with the culture of today. Like, watch this. 6-7. What do you think? Like,
here's the problem is that 6-7 is like my mom in her 70s has made a 6-7 reference, so it's gone all the way around to it's even difficult to ironically
yeah,
you know.
yeah. I mean, Soldier 76 in Overwatch has a 6-7 emote, so I think that kills it, right?
Yeah.
You heard it here first, gang. 6-7 dead. What's the new funny number?
Well, you know, like I'm trying to think. There, you know, many
All
years
these ones
ago,
are out. Those we're leaving those in 2025.
many years ago, I watched a documentary about the writers' room, the legendary writers' room for Sid Caesar's comedy shows. His most prominent one being Your Show of Shows.
Mm-hmm.
But he did a bunch of them, and he had a legendary. It had like Neil Simon and Mel Brooks and I think maybe Carl Reiner, and at one point Woody Allen, a person that we all still love. And like just a bunch of people that went on to huge careers. And I remember, like, one of the things I remember from this documentary was that they had a long discussion. Like, they're like, we were so serious about the comedy that we had a long argument over what was the funniest number one of the actors could say. And I think about that all the time because they're like we were arguing and arguing and arguing because we really wanted to have it that she says a number. This is Imogene Coca, who is like the one of the main members of the company. And they ended up having her like come into the office and read a number. And I think it's like, could you read this number, please? And she goes, 45. And they're like, there it is.
No, we need better numbers. I think we're a little bit limited. Like, I know there are literally an unlimited number of numbers, but like the digits are where we're limited. Like, if we had like, instead of 10 digits, if we had like 13 to work with, there could be a really funny number in there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Now, Jess, I just want to note that there's really one reason why Clacks stays in my memory, which is to say that the NES version has like a killer theme song.
Oh,
which
yeah?
has just remained in my head. That's got like samples and shit. Right?
Did anything make you happier than when an NES game had like anything resembling a voice sample in it?
Oh, yeah.
Like that Skate or Die theme that's just like skate or die.
Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty. I mean, that's good. That's good stuff.
All right. Anyway,
it's raising my blood pressure.
Like, so Clacks was a post Tetris stacking, like, you know, tiles come down match 3 puzzle game, which honestly is not that much fun. But it does have good music. It does have great sound effects. It has the title card, which says it is the 90s and there is time for Clacks. And it even has like a really great logo where it has like a hand, like with the thumb, like the fingers in the middle centered, and then the pinky and the thumb far out.
Ah, the reverse Vulcan salute.
Yeah, it has the reverse Vulcan salute. It like, I think there was obviously like kind of a school of thought which you would see later with Zoop, where it's
The
just
game,
like,
not the soup.
yeah, where it was just like, really what you need is an aesthetic and work backwards.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
which, like if you think about, and I believe you, when we talked about this, you hadn't played it, but like Luminous, like that's a really great puzzle game with spectacular aesthetics, and now Tetris has gotten, like, Tetris has Tetris Effect, which also does, like, that is a good way to kind of dress up whatever your Falling Blocks game is it's like, oh yeah, it just has some sort of aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like,
Like how on the Game Boy they chose to make it all like green and black
yeah.
for
And
Tetris.
and
Yeah.
Tetris was so popular on the Game Boy that every game after it was just like, we're going to try to get a little of that Tetris magic and make our game green and black as well, and different shades of gray.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Jess? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, Ben. We are recording this on the 2nd of January. We've got a good feel for what 2026 looks like already. What do you think? Is this going to be a good one, Ben, or is it all downhill?
This is the greatest year that in the pantry. I
Oh,
took a
man.
look in the year pantry. I
Mhm.
snuck a glimpse, and it's just up and up. So far, every day has been better than the last one, and
Yeah.
I anticipate that continuing until
We're
the
sick of it.
31st of December.
Wow, that's amazing. Because last year was like a coffin on roller skates. It just kept getting worse. I mean, it was yeah. I mean, this one's got to turn it around. And you know what's going to be the secret to turn it around?
What is that?
Adventure games.
Wow.
I think it's going to be the discussion. The free discussion, the uncensored discussion of video games here at Quest, the Adventure Game Podcast.
Jess, I got a question for you. Did you read, this was making this was kind of like looping around on Blue Sky, I think yesterday. The somebody found like this old cracked article. It was Phil Salvador. From the Video Game History Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Found from cracked.com, this is from looks like 2007 or so, a gamer's manifesto.
Oh, finally. Finally. Oh God, yeah. No, I mean this is what I need.
I read this, and give us AI that will actually outsmart us from now and then. Don't bullshit me about your graphics. Nipples? Question mark. Don't bullshit us on the difficulty. Don't bullshit us on the game's features, so on and so forth. And like, beyond everything else, reading this old piece just kind of reminded me of that very, like, the mid 2000s style of nerd blogging.
Yes.
Like, there was a very specific, right, like, it was this kind of mean kind of like, because and there's like a spectrum here, right? Like, because you have, like, on one end you have like Tycho on Penny Arcade, who would write like very dense paragraphs. It was a very Dennis Miller of video games.
Yeah,
writing.
I think that's a good comparison there. Yeah,
Like,
going for the $5 words whenever the opportunity rolls around. Very faux erudite. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think on the other side of this, like, you have like kind of Maddox, which like the what was it, the greatest website in the universe?
Yeah.
And that was like more kind of lists and like kind of short, like little pieces, very image heavy.
Like, that's the Sean Baby zone as well.
Yeah, Sean Baby, Old Man Murray.
Yeah.
Old Man Murray was kind of closer to the Tycho spectrum, because those were all. Let me say something right now.
I absolutely do think we can get Sean Baby on the podcast if that's what you're about to ask. Yeah.
But no, I was going to say, I've never read the infamous Old Man Murray piece that was mean about Gabriel Knight 3. I've only and because you want to know what? I've never finished reading an art. As far as I'm concerned, that's too many words. I'm not going to read all
Yeah.
that. I've read long books, but I'm just
Yeah.
not going to read your long fucking post from 26 years ago.
Yeah. And I'm not going to read any books either anymore because that was one of my resolutions this year.
Yeah.
No more books.
You want to
for
know
me.
what my New Year's resolutions were, Jess?
Yeah.
640 by 480.
Oh man, I could see it twinkling in your eyes, and I didn't want to put a stop to it. I wanted to hear it.
I
wanted to hear it, and there it was. That made my day. Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
But you know, like it like reading.
Did you enjoy that commentary at all at the time? Like, did that
this
connect
sort
with
of
you?
thing? I read all of them, other than
Yeah.
I didn't read the denser word side of the spectrum, but I did. I wasn't. I didn't think like that's a lot of tedious bullshit, which is what my opinion of it is now.
Yes.
At the time, I was just like, oh, this is far too smart for me.
It would be fun nowadays to like just be like, oh, I always knew that was horse shit.
No.
But no, yeah.
No.
When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Yeah, like, you know, somewhere on here, like you also have like the something awful like front pages, which that would vary depending on the author too, because it's like some of them were like really, really long and wordy, and some of them would like just do like little things. But I mean, you and I both also tried our hand at like mid-aughts comedy blogs as well.
Yeah. I mean, and definitely, like, I think for mine, I ran like a site that was like a combination of personal stories and then like entertainment type stuff, pop culture, reviews of crap, all that sort of thing. And I would say snark is definitely the vibe I was going for. Like, I don't think I was trying to be overly clever, but I definitely wanted to be snarky. Like everything was through a couple of layers of ironic detachment, which now to go back and read that makes me just want to throw up when I read that, because I think that somewhere along the way I rolled back around to sincerity, and I find that much more fulfilling. Yeah, I definitely had my mid-aughts, you know, look at me be snarky about things. It's like, oh, you want to hear what I think about the Star Wars prequels? Because I've got some ideas loaded up for you. You hear about this Jar Jar?
Jar
Jar Binks?
I've never heard of him.
Well, he's a Gungan from the planet Naboo.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? He's fine. It's a kid's movie. It doesn't matter.
You know, it's really funny kind of thinking about things that used to make me nerd angry, which I just could not give a shit about now. And this is even like within like the last like 3 or 4 years. Like things I just
true.
don't
It's
even,
a rolling scale, yeah.
Like, you know, I'm just too beaten down by the world to be sufficiently mad about like Star Trek anymore. Like I'll just see something and just be like either old or new. Like, you know, I'll just see something and it looks stupid and I'll just be like, all right.
Yeah, realizing that like reaching that point with a lot of pop culture is maybe one of the like best things to ever happen to me. Like getting to a point where it's just like I can go watch a Star Wars film and be like, I kind of enjoyed that. That was pretty good. And not have to worry about whether or not that was the correct answer or not. That's I think we've become mature, Ben, is what the answer is.
But I do want to say conversely though, I do still enjoy being a hater. This doesn't mean
I'm a hater.
Be a hater. Like
I'll
definitely be like, ugh, that's the Star Trek thing, and then be like, this sucks. But then I'll just be like, then kind of move on. Like, I guess my point is that I think like when I see someone like take it remarkably personally or take it like personally in either direction, like it's like, you know, this is an affront to the fans. And it's just like it's just a you know, they just had Michelle Yeoh for a week and they decided to make a movie. And
you know what, there are lots of bad movies.
It was particularly bad. It might
Oh
even be
man.
worse than Star Trek Nemesis.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Oh, by far, by far. Like not
I
even
mean,
like.
have you rewatched Star Trek Nemesis recently? It's quite poor.
I mean,
Um,
it is, but is it as bad as Section 31?
well, yeah, I mean the problem, I guess the problem is in Section 31, there's only one character you know about, and if you're me, you already don't like her.
Mm-hmm.
Mileage may vary on that. Like, obviously, I like Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
But I don't
This
like that
character
character.
doesn't offer a lot to like.
No.
What with being
And then
a cannibalistic fascist.
yeah, and then everybody else is like characters I don't know. A couple actors I like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, you
Absolutely.
know, I think Sam Richardson is really great. I'm always
He's
happy to
wonderful.
see him.
Wonderful. Put him in
But
everything.
and he tries. Like, he
Did
does
his
try
best.
in
Did
Section
his
31.
best. One of the highlights.
But it's just like, you know, I watched it and I was like, ugh, that was terrible.
Okay, Ben, give me your mid 2000s angry Star Trek nerd review of Section 31.
This is Section 31 is offensive to the fans, and Paramount should apologize for making me sit through that fucking garbage for 2.5 hours or however the fuck long it was. If it was shorter than that, it felt longer. They should apologize for 10 hours. There was, and by the way, I didn't even pay attention to most of it.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I want. Was it Akiva Goldsman? Is he is that the
Probably.
Is that the Star
Why
Trek guy
not?
now? I
Why
don't even
not?
know who the Star Trek man
Listen here,
is.
Harv Bennett.
Yeah, Harv Bennett. See, wait, who's the Star Trek man now? Who is who's the man that everyone's mad
Who's
at?
Gene Star Trekman?
Like, who's the man that they're everyone like, you know,
Oh,
who's
Brannon and
like, yeah, the band Berman and Braga of Star Trek now. I think it's
I don't know.
Akiva. Oh, it's Alex Kurtzman.
Oh, that's right, Kurtzman.
It's Akiva
Yeah.
is, I don't know if he's
Yeah.
he worked on Strange New, I don't know.
J.J. Abrams.
And he also worked on, like, he did work on Disco, Picard, and Strange New Worlds.
Mhm.
He's one of the, but I think Kurtzman is the, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about.
But that's
this.
who you're, that's
It's
how.
like,
Yeah.
I'll watch a little, like there's the new like Academy show. It does not look good.
No, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. It'll be fun.
I'll give it a couple.
Mhm.
I'll give it a couple episodes, or maybe about 20 minutes of the first episode.
Yeah.
Like,
Now-
very
now-
possible that but you know what? They did get my ass with Holly Hunter and what's his name? You know what I'm saying. The Sideways.
Yeah. Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti. Like,
Mr. Sideways.
Mr. Sideways.
Yeah. Now, I mean,
He was
Ben,
also in
want,
was it Leftovers?
I don't know.
The Leftovers.
I truly avoid Paul
that's
Giamatti.
the TV show.
The Damon.
Oh.
Damon Lostman.
Oh boy!
Ben, I did enjoy your review, but I have a note, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Holdovers. The holdovers. The holdovers.
I would have liked to have heard you use the phrase "steaming dump" at some point.
He took a steaming dump right on my chest.
Really?
Yeah. And I paid him $50 for it.
Well, that's a bargain in a city.
No, it's a thing, and don't kink shame. Now that everyone has stopped listening to the podcast,
I'd say there's a good chance they'll never hear that part.
Yeah, they probably are like, well, they've been skip 30ing until they're like, okay,
yeah.
What have they been playing? All right, that tune is all right, great. Now they will talk about the game, but no, Jess, what have you been playing?
Whoa, what have I been playing? Ben, do you know the Blippo Plus?
I bought it.
You bought it.
I bought it, and I haven't played it, and I didn't watch your stream expressly because
Yes.
I was like, I want this to be like, I know that it's an odd old game, OOG.
Yes. Yes.
And I know that people I know quite enjoy it. It was on the Playdate.
It was on the Playdate.
First.
This is a hand-cranked game. So
Came from the cranker.
yeah, you gotta crank this one.
Crank it up.
Yeah. It's a real crank yanker, if you will. But Ben, I think I love this game, and I think you'll like it even more. To kind of give an idea, if the listeners aren't aware of this one, it's a FMV game. Maybe a little less interactive than some I've played, in the sense that you are simply flipping through the channels of public access television in a planet far, far away named Planet Blip. And it is all very low budget, bizarre, just incomprehensible television that you're watching.
Yeah.
You'll like tune in for a weird cooking show, and then you'll flip the channel and get like their version of Doctor Who, which is just like a bar that floats through space and has patrons coming in and out of it. And then you'll flip again, and it's like a soap opera set in a hospital where everyone's a clone of one another. And just bizarre public access television stuff. And the way the game unfolds is, as you watch these clips, you start to stumble across this idea that this planet is beginning to pick up strange transmissions from space. And as you learn about this through the various programs you tune into, it slowly unlocks more channels and more content. So far, I've only played like 3 hours of it. And really, there's not so much an interactive element beyond just flipping the channels so far. So it's a very, a very, I wouldn't say passive, in that you're actively sort of flipping through the channels and stuff, but certainly you're not like solving puzzles. You're not Hypnospace Outlaw searching, but I do think it has some of that Hypnospace Outlaw DNA of you're just discovering this weird world and trying to pay attention to things and pick up on little clues that are going to help you figure out a plot that, at least up to this point, isn't being stated completely explicitly. But mostly, it's just a joy to watch weird television. Like the group of actors and the writers and everyone who and the people who filmed this, they did beautiful work just creating a bizarre world, bizarre fashions, bizarre hairstyles, and just a weird sense of humor that kind of has almost that, it's weirder than like SCTV. It's almost like the kind of weird video clips that used to pop up on Nickelodeon during the 80s on shows like Out of Control or Turkey Television, just like, roly-poly fish heads kind of energy, if you will.
Well, so Jess, there's a thing I've started to do to torture my friends when we're all kind of hanging out on Discord and sharing the screen and finding weird stuff, which is I'll go to the great website, archive.org.
Yeah.
Click television, and then just start looking through some of the weirder archives to find stuff to watch. And so this game kind of sounds like what I do, because I'll be scrolling through archive.org's television archive, and I'll scroll right past anything that looks actually interesting or something that I've heard of. It's like I want to find the weirdest thing or the bad garbage. And I'm here to say now maybe this is more familiar to you as someone of this generation, but Jesus Christ, Sid and Marty Krofft made a lot of fucking trash in the 70s.
Yeah.
We watched. There's a thing on archive.org which is just 70s television, so I clicked on that and I was like, I'm gonna click on every single thing that has a stupid name, and like all of them were Sid and Marty Krofft shows. Like Dr. Shrinky or something.
Yeah.
It's like this weird man that has a shrink ray. And
Sounds
like,
amazing. You know, I will say as I played Blippo Plus, the whole time I was playing it, I thought, I'm loving this game, and I think Ben would like it even more.
Yeah, I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, and it's a weird one to stream because you're kind of just like sitting there watching, like, haha, that's weird. And, you know, then flipping to the next channel, like, that's weird too. But I think that it will hit even closer to you because I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a weird television aficionado. Like, I didn't grow up with public access in my hometown or anything like that. So I feel like this will hit right in your sweet spot. So yeah, Blippo Plus, check it out. Ben, what have you been playing?
Well, Jess, I'll talk a little bit about, and maybe this might be an episode. So I started playing on my stream Foolish Mortals because there was that recent adventure game hotspot list, and this was, I think, at the bottom of the list, 25, and of like best adventures from like the century. And they couldn't come up with enough nice things to say about it. Now, so I've only played it about 90 minutes so far. So, maybe my opinion will change. But it's really interesting to me playing it because it is like, it's a very interesting game because I have no complaints about it. It's just funny to me because it's just kind of like, what adventure game, like what kind of your main ask, or not but like the baseline, what some people ask or think of when they think of an adventure game, what that adventure game is, if that makes sense. It is like heavily inspired by Monkey Island, and like it has like writing that feels very reminiscent of the first Broken Sword game, and it looks kind of like the character models kind of look Broken Swordy, as do like the hand-drawn backgrounds. The voice performances are excellent. The writing is all pretty good, and like it's just, when I play it, I'm just like, man, it's like there's a certain audience that is looking for that like kind of idealized, like kind of like of a certain length and of a certain style, late 90s adventure game, and that's what this is.
Yeah. And there is I think there's a strong demand for that. I think for a lot of people, that's exactly what we're looking for in an adventure game. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's a reason that style is so beloved. I've been playing Voodoo Detective.
You just started that, and I missed that last night. You played that last night, right?
Yeah, fantastic. Also, and very much cut from that same cloth. It's doing a lot of that same sort of thing. And honestly, maybe that would be a good combo episode. Just two Voodoo adventure games just rolled into one.
Yeah, there's like, again, like there's Voodoo stuff in it too. Like, I'm looking here at Voodoo Detective. It says like the first bulleted point, Monkey Island inspired point and click adventure.
You have to write that though if you want to sell copies, right?
Yeah. Like, and like, yeah, you have to, and then like, let's see here. How far do we get to Monkey Island in the description here? Monkey. They don't have it in the description.
Wow, that's bold. Talk about some foolish mortals.
That you know what? Good for them. But yeah,
Ron Gilbert probably sued them. Slick Ronnie probably said no way.
I'm enjoying it. It's just kind of funny to me because it's just like, oh, this is the game that, like, here's the other thing. It's like, so like the first section, which I'm just wrapping up, like the first act, like it's like, okay, here's your list of 7 things you have to get and a big open map.
Yeah.
You know, like here, you know, and then it's like, so that's what like, you know, like Toonstruck does. And that's what Monkey Island does. And that's what like so many, it's like, you know, this is what you want. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's, you know, it's interesting. Like, I think, you know, like and so I think my point is like, if you're someone that like, you know, explicitly wants this type of game, you know, here it is. Don't complain.
Yeah. If you don't want this kind of game, like if you're looking for like a city management sim, you're gonna hate it. It's got none of that. Like you probably want like City Skylines or like Sim City, but if you're looking for just like a point and click, it sounds like it's definitely one of those.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you know, it's pretty good. I'm looking forward to playing more of it.
Yeah.
All right. So, this week, we are looking backwards and talking about a game I think we talked about a little bit.
We have,
and
just
we
a bit.
teased, I believe, that we would do this episode. Today we're talking about Under a Killing Moon.
Look out for that moon.
Yeah.
It's a killer.
From 1994.
Unbelievable.
From Access Software. This is what, the third Tex Murphy? Yeah.
We got Mean Streets, we've got Martian Memorandum, and we've got Under a Killing Moon, which is really a reboot of this this franchise.
And while like before we get into the discussion of it, let's do a little bit of eBay Price is Right, which I forgot. But I have here for you, Jess. How much for Mean Streets? That's the first one.
Okay.
Access Software. 5 1/4 floppies for IBM Tandy PC 1989. And I'm going to note it's 3.5. It has a photo of the floppies. These are 3.5 floppies.
Okay, but it says 5 1/4. Good start. Good start.
Yeah.
Not sealed, obviously.
It looks like it's in box, and we've got some documentation. How much, Jess?
Okay. Now I want to preface this by saying I have previously owned this box.
Oh, so you've owned this box? Like, did you buy it did you have it at the time?
Let me tell you, my Aunt Linda, when I was growing up, briefly dated a guy who was a beta tester for Access Software.
Wow.
And during this brief relationship, I managed to acquire like a full in box, because I think once he played through the games, they sent him the boxed copy as like a
and he
part
was
of it.
like,
Maybe his entire payment. He may have just been some CompuServe nerd who was doing this. Who knows?
Very possible.
But I got a copy of Lynx, the Challenge of Golf, and Mean Streets. So I have held this box in my hand. I know what it feels like. And it's not sealed because you can see the disc. I'm going to say this is $34.95.
You are under, but not by too much.
Okay, 49.
Very close. It's 55.
Oh man, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
55. We got the box. We got the discs. We've got a manual. And it looks like a reference card and some stuff.
Ooh.
So, you know, like I don't think the thing about Mean Streets, I have not played. Did you actually play it?
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah,
it's awful.
I hear it's not very good.
Yeah, it's awful. Well, Ben, let me hit you with an eBay auction, because I had one queued up as well.
Yeah, go for it.
This is about the game we're talking about. This is Under a Killing Moon.
That's why I looked up Mean Streets, because I was like, one of us is going to do Under a Killing Moon.
I've got here for you, Ben.
Okay.
A factory sealed copy of Killing Moon. It looks beautiful. It still has a sticker that says featuring the voice of James Earl Jones. This is from a seller with 100% positive over 742 sales. So you know this person can be trusted.
What is the description up top?
Okay, good
What is that?
Good point. Okay. Oh, they just copied and pasted out of Wikipedia. Here's what it is. Your alter ego is a private investigator, Tex
Oh no,
Murphy,
no,
a
I just
hard
meant
net.
the title, just the title.
Oh,
Like
oh, just the title.
what's
Okay.
the headline?
Under a Killing Moon, parentheses, 4-disc, PC, CD-ROM, MS-DOS, box set.
Okay. I'm going to say so it's factory sealed. And this is a popular game. This is a game that people like as opposed to Mean Streets. It's more than I'm gonna say this is more than Mean Streets.
Yes, you're correct.
So okay. All right. So it's more than Mean Streets, but you know, like Tex Murphy, this is not like a famous like Sierra game or something.
Sierra and
I think
LucasArts
it's
games
going to
are
be
wildly inflated.
Yeah,
Those,
so-
they break this market.
So I think it's going to be a little more reasonably priced, but it will be like kind of. So I'm going to say $275.
Oh, Ben, way less. You can have this for so much less. So much less. A fraction of that.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I may buy this after this talk's over. Who
But
knows?
it's more than Mean Streets at 55. So let's say 75.
A little bit more.
80 or 90.
90. It's $90, which honestly, I mean, is too much.
That's not bad though.
That's not bad.
Let me look this up.
Okay. It's Classic Electrics is the. So should we be giving them this boost?
It's not really like sure, whatever.
Under a Killing Moon, factory sealed
I see this.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks nice, handsome.
It looks nice.
You know, maybe I'm just nuts. Wait, hold on. It says factory sealed.
Wait a second.
Factory sealed discs. We have photos of the manual here.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, the box is open because we have the manual and reference cards and stuff like that.
So it's just the disc. This is totally different. No, that's $60. I'm not paying $90 for that. That's horse shit.
Well,
man, good detective work, but still, it's not bad press, I guess. I mean, if you want Under a Killing Moon, those discs are going to be super clean.
So yeah, let's talk about Under a Killing Moon. This is interesting. So I've played the other Access adventure game that I've played is the what is it? Amazon what's it called? Yeah.
Guardians of the Amazon?
It's something. Yeah, Guardians. Let's see.
Of Eden?
Oh, Amazon : Guardians of Eden. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll note that is the previous adventure game that they put out to this. That is like, so looking at like Access Software's list of games they released, Amazon Guardians of Eden comes out in 92. Then you have 3 golf games, and then in 1994, Under a Killing Moon.
Those golf games are amazing too. I don't know if you ever played any Links. So good.
I have not, but they do look very sharp, don't they?
They have that great real sound thing where they make your PC speaker do digitized speech magically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so good.
I mean, it's very clear, and I believe that's the tech, like the same engine and the technology that Under a Killing Moon is working under.
I think it's basically golf sim turned into
So, all right.
Isn't golf the ultimate adventure?
What is Under a Killing Moon? Tex Murphy, Under a Killing Moon, Jess. Let's set the table now.
It is a sort of future noir mystery story set in New San Francisco in like the year 2042. Is that right? Ish. It's a post-apocalyptic world where humans live alongside post-nuclear mutants, and we follow the adventures of down on his luck private investigator Tex Murphy, who starts out by investigating a robbery at a local pawn shop and finds himself stumbling into a much larger conspiracy with forces far beyond his comprehension, conspiring against him. In fact, so far beyond his comprehension that even Ben and I who have both recently played this game
Mhm.
or reviewed it had to like make sure that each of us understood the plot before we began our podcast today.
Yeah, so my enjoyment of this game, which is a game that I love,
Yeah.
I really love Under a Killing Moon, which is not something I could say about Amazon Guardians of Eden.
Hmm.
Um, is not linked to the plot itself.
No, that's very secondary, I think, at every stage of this game for
Like,
me.
yeah, same. Which is why I'm interested in, like, we were talking a little bit before we started the record. Like, they they've published like novelizations of this, and I'm just kind of like, the things that I enjoy about this game can't be novelized.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if the plot is really what I wanted more focus on. No, I mean, this is a super charming game, and it's very funny. You know, it's also, maybe even before we get into that, this game is a technological marvel
Right.
for 1994. I mean, you got to think about this. Basically, the way the game works is it combines full motion video clips. That's where most of your dialogue scenes and cut scenes and everything are going to be full motion video, and nice looking video too. I mean, Phantasmagoria comes out a few years after this, and I think this game looks quite a
A
bit
year
better
later,
most
yeah.
of the time. Um,
It's
the
interesting because Phantasmagoria also has, like, obviously a higher budget,
yes,
and like they I think one of the tricks about this game, not to say that it's low effort because it's not, but like Phantasmagoria as an FMV game, like really has extremely high ambitions connected to it, which I think kind of limit it a little bit.
yeah.
Whereas this is like kind of, so, you know, there's a thing I think about, which is, it's like I love like old Doctor Who, like the
Hmm.
60s to the 80s run of Doctor Who. And I love it because, like, pretty much for all of those episodes, uh there's an understanding. It's like we can't really render like an alien planet or like a space station or an
Right.
alien in any sort of convincing way. Like, it's always, you're never going to be able to look at like a costume from like 60s to 80s Doctor Who and be like, wow, that's a real alien. You're going to say, God bless him for trying. That looks neat, you know?
Yeah,
And
this has some of that vibe.
and
Absolutely.
and I think there's a certain freedom
Yeah.
that you get when, like, you accept that. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, we are never going to be able to make like a really convincing looking alien or a convincing
Mhm.
looking spaceship or any of that. So we can't make anything look convincing, so therefore we can do anything
That's
because
right.
no matter what. And like, so it actually becomes like, if you have enough budget to make things look like good, it becomes a straitjacket because it's like,
It
all right,
does.
well, we don't
Because
want it to look
Phantasmagoria
cheap.
is trying to be serious, and it wants to have you take this game seriously at some level. And it's swinging way above its weight class. It's, I mean, this, I feel like Under a Killing Moon really gets that vibe. I mean, it's in everything from the makeup on the mutants and how silly. I mean, wouldn't be at all out of place in something like Doctor Who or
Yeah,
some sort of like afternoon live action kids show,
yeah,
or which works for it. It allows you to sort of not have to worry about any of it because the game isn't taking itself too seriously.
yeah. Like, it gives you permission to be like, yeah, it's a guy in a costume. Who cares? Like,
Yeah,
and it's
they know that
also,
too.
it
Yeah.
it hits you with um like very amusingly poorly acted scenes right away, where it makes
Yeah.
it clear, like, it's like, we're aware that we don't have access to great actors.
Yeah.
Like, because very early on, it's very clear they put a ton of effort into Tex's office,
Yes.
because there's a ton of interactables,
Mm-hmm.
many of which like create little like short little videos that you watch. And one of them is like something that like shows a flashback to your ex-wife
Yes.
hitting on like an upholsterer,
Yes.
and it is like very like lonely housewife hitting on the pizza boy level porn acting. Like it's like this guy, hello ma'am, I'm here to
Yeah.
do your chair, and she's like, wow, you're so strong. Like
Yeah.
the acting is so like monotone and poor.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, and it's a very
It
funny
is.
scene.
And I don't think that's unintentional.
No, it's not.
I
It's
suspect that
totally
was
intentional.
exactly, yeah. I mean, and that, yeah, that gives it a certain charm. Then combines, I think what's fascinating about this game, like technologically to me, is it combines this FMV, which is very charming start to finish, with a first person engine that you use to move around the world and explore and look behind things and duck under stuff. And when you think about like 94, still like first person shooters were a newish phenomenon still. The idea of bringing this technology to bear on a full motion video game opens up some really fascinating and I think rewarding aspects, especially since you're a detective and your job's to detect and to notice little details and to look behind things to see if there's something interesting. In a few places, I think it also leads to some minor frustration where
Yeah.
you have like the only thing worse than a pixel hunt is a 3D pixel hunt, right? Like when you're looking for the world's smallest couple of dots.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like I actually the searching in it is, I find, one of the most
Yeah.
pleasurable parts
It was up until
of.
the first time I couldn't find something.
Yeah,
And then I
it's.
was like, this is awful. I hate this. No,
Yeah, no,
but
you got to do your angry video game nerd voice. Like you got to a couple octaves up, please.
this is horse shit. Is that my voice?
Is
No, but
there anything about steaming loads of shit or something?
steaming dumps of buffalo.
Yeah. Like it what is crazy to me is that the 3D environments, I think, look wonderful. Like I
They do.
really think
They
like for
really do.
1994, they like the level of detail in the 3D environment. So like the way it is that like you pilot you pilot Tex around like with one of the worst control schemes ever
Yeah.
devised,
He
which you can mod out. And I'll do the plug now. Moralrecordings.itch.io. They Moral Recordings has created a WSAD control scheme with
which
mouse
you
select.
really want. Because otherwise, this is one of those rare games where you move around in first person by like moving your mouse forward like it's a trackball. You just continue to like push it forward to move forward, which, assuming that you don't have an infinite desk and very long arms, is a very bad way to control any first person interface. Moral Recordings has fixed that. This game is more playable than ever thanks to their noble efforts.
Yeah, it's really impressive. And I think that's like one of the major humps to playing this is like, and even before like
Mhm.
when I first tried Under a Killing Moon, when I got it on some GOG sale, I think like years ago, like I was like, oh, I want to try this out, and then like the control scheme, I was like, fuck this, close.
No, it is really off-putting. I mean, even like cursor keys would be such an improvement, but no, 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 no. But I
It
will say again, the 3D looks great. Like
the yeah
this is 1994. We only had like at the time computers could only render like 4 polygons. Like you had a sphere, a pyramid, a box, and a long box. were the only things that you could, and then you just got slap textures on that and hope it looks good. And somehow this game makes a lot of these environments look really, really gorgeous. It's a great looking game. I mean, the FMV looks fun in its cheesy B movie way. The 3D looks better than a lot of the 3D that was kicking around at the time.
The handful of stars that they have in the game are all like people that clearly were there for like, you know, they could get for like a couple hours.
Yes, especially I think the one that jumps out the most would be Margot Robbie of
Margot
Superman
Robbie.
fame. Yeah, no, Margot Robbie, Margot Kidder.
I, Tanya.
Yeah, they got it. She was young. Here's the thing. She was just starting out. She was like 3 years old. No, Margot Robbie. Margot Kidder of Superman fame. Margot Kidder. Margot Kidder. Yeah, I'm a kidder. That's why I said Margot Robbie.
Oh, you were just doing one of your goof 'em ups.
I was doing my classic Jess goof 'em ups. But Margot Kidder is in this for a split second. But boy, was she all over the advertising for this game. Like she was a big selling point for this game. It's like you were going to get to interact with Margot Kidder. What's wrong with me, Ben? What's happened? I've just got Margot Robbie on the mind.
Well, is she in a thing that you saw recently?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Right?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I, Tanya was very good. We should do an episode about that.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It wasn't. Yeah. She was good. She was
great. She was great.
Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah. But Margot Kidder in this shows up as bartender and is in one scene and has very little to do. But
James Earl Jones does like a handful of narration things.
Yeah, but not a lot. Yeah, I mean, because Tex is narrating most of his own adventure in classic noir style. So yeah, we get James Earl Jones as the great PI in the sky.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the
yeah. He's mostly there to read death messages and to narrate cutscenes. So when you die, he's like, "Whoops, screwed up again, Tex."
So one of the really wonderful things about so the FMV, and also like it's floated by Tex is played by the designer Chris Jones, and
which should be a recipe for disaster.
It should be. And instead it just has like he's just a very naturally charming like performer. Like he just has it. Like I don't know. Like
he does.
He's just someone that's fun to spend time with. Like it's just a fun performance.
Yeah. Because Tex is a real doofus.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. And Chris Jones just nails that. He makes him such a likable character.
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead.
He negotiates like the kind of like thread that they're trying to get through the needle point of it's like like this isn't serious acting, but it's like pretty like because he's not doing a monotone like like that performance I was talking about like with his ex-wife and like the hair upholsterer. Like he's acting, but like it's a very like again it's a performance that's all like charm and very like the writing, which it's him and Aaron Connors is very like kind of boilerplate fun noir stuff, like tons of great little jokes.
Yeah. And he does a good job because there are a lot of scenes where Tex needs to be dumber than everyone around him, and he's good at playing Tex dumb. And there are occasionally scenes where Tex maybe has the upper hand on people around him and has a better sense of what's going on. They do. And he can play Tex being kind of smarmy as well and manage to pull both off with a surprising amount of charm.
Like I can understand why, because this is the only, and I believe this is the case with you, this is the only Tex Murphy game I've played. I guess you've played a little bit of
but that barely counts.
But like of the FMVs, which I'm looking forward to Like, I know people love the Pandora Directive. Like, there's his performance is so key to how this works, and I think it within it, like, his performance is exactly the same way, like, reason why I like everything else, in that it's like, it's easygoing, it's charming, it's fun, it can be serious when it's needed to be, but it's mostly like, it's mostly just kind of fun.
Yeah.
And that's this game. Like, it gets serious towards the end, and it has like, it's kind of serious about its plot, which neither of us quite remember. Uh but like, it's a vibe. It is a community theater production of Blade Runner. And
Yes,
um
that's exactly what it is.
and like, it's like, whoa, I didn't know that the coach of the soccer team was that much fun on the stage.
Yeah, no, it absolutely has those vibes. And yeah, honestly, I think as you get to the final act, which, I mean, spoiler alert from a game from 1994, you know that Killing Moon from the title?
You end up on it.
Yeah, that's
That's what
right.
you know what though? That's a pretty good gag, in that like, it's like that could just be the name of like a Dashiell Hammett
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah,
uh
absolutely.
thing, and instead like you do end up on the moon.
That has the potential to kill things. Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, by the time you get there, it can, I mean, on the one hand, it rushes through this final act quite a bit, but probably that's for the best because now it's all like serious Texas on a moon base having to stop this evil plot. And a lot of the silly kind of detective stuff that made the rest of the game fun drops out in
the
favor.
the worst parts of the game are uh about like towards the middle, two-thirds through it, there's like a stealth sequence where you have
Yeah.
to avoid, and especially, and I wonder, I haven't replayed this with the better controls, but like, so you're breaking in and investigating in like some powerful person's house, and like they have these sentry droids that you have to avoid, and they follow like, and to be clear, this isn't that difficult. It's just
It's not that difficult. It's more
annoying.
difficult than it needs to be.
Yeah, it's annoying, and then it's also made difficult by the fact that your movement is this like trackball style, like
Yeah.
marble madness. Someone here's what I say: someone should make an arcade cabinet with the Tex Murphy games where you play it on a
Yeah.
trackball.
Just mod out a golden tee
Yeah,
into, I mean, and that would really be full circle
it would be.
because yeah, with the golf
Um,
heritage of this game. Yeah, no.
like, yeah, it has like these things like both at the two-thirds point, and then I believe towards the end, game two, there's a little bit of that. Which is kind of noteworthy because a lot of the rest of the game is plays pretty fair,
It does.
and also doesn't quite like bullshit you. Like, it's a 1994
Mhm.
game, and Phantasmagoria a year later does this too, but it has like the full walkthrough in the game.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's, and I think with those stealth sequences too, it's sort of that weird period in video games where designers were getting interested in stealth but weren't yet really building engines that could accommodate stealth particularly well. Like we're still a little bit before Thief, the Dark Project, and so things like that. So you get designers trying to integrate stealth into engines that don't have things like shadows or good like object detection or measures of sound or 3D audio or anything that would make them easier to follow. So yeah, you kind of get a section that's not that hard, but is, yeah, the controls make it more frustrating. It has to be.
Yeah, and like uh The other bump I have with the game is that, like, and this especially becomes a problem when again, I think this is the Margot Kidder
Yes, as
scene,
they, yeah,
where like you get dialogue, like your dialogue options are all very vague. Like they're not your LucasArts style, like exactly what it is. It's
yeah,
instead like,
charming repartee.
yeah, like charming repartee, withering put down,
Yeah,
inquiry. And
show off your know-how or
yeah,
just something that,
exactly.
yeah.
And that's all, like, honestly, like it's the first couple times you see that, you're like, oh, that's kind of fun. But once you get dialogue puzzles where you could get killed if you do it incorrectly, and your options are all these very like vague things like that, then you're just kind of like, oh, that's kind of
Yeah, there were a couple of points in the game. One, the Margot Kidder interaction. Then another, I think, with the guy who owns the pawn shop for
yes.
me, where it was like a series of maybe 7 or 8 dialogue choices that you had to pick the right option each time. The descriptions weren't entirely clear what you would be saying. And if you messed up any one of those, you were sent down a path that was going to end in either failure or death. And it kind of becomes a, well, can I remember the right, like 8 dialogue presses in a row when all of the dialogue options are not particularly descriptive, which again, it doesn't happen too frequently through the game. Really, the Margot Kidder one, I think, is the one
That's the worst one.
where, like, that's the one that has like the death attached to it, where it's like, and I imagine, you know, for us, death here is we have to listen to James Earl Jones narrate our death or whatever, and we
And you want to know what? I've been told that's actually what happens when you die. Is that
I have to, yeah.
James Earl? I've been told, because I met
Well,
someone
your
that,
friend Grayson was medically dead
yeah, Grayson was
for,
medically dead for a
yeah,
little bit, and I was like, well, what was it like? And he said, I got like kind of a pithy like kind of, you know, epitaph on my life as delivered by James Earl Jones.
yeah. Restart, restore at least once more.
Yeah, and then
Um,
he picked restore. When
thank
it came down.
goodness. Yeah, it would have been weird if it, well, he did try restart, and that's how he got Baby Grayson.
That's, well.
But that's
Anyway,
beside the point. No, I think that, you know, yeah. But I mean, can you imagine doing this back in the day when this was on your double speed CD-ROM?
so
Because it probably took a little while to spin up all of those
yes,
FMVs, I suspect, and then to reload your game. And I bet these puzzles were so frustrating.
Richard Cobbett, a friend of the show, who we had on last year.
Wow.
Yeah. He I remember when I was posting, it's just like, wow, I'm playing Under a Killing Moon. This game is incredible. I remember him like responding and being like, you know, it's not like, if you were playing it at the time, the disc swapping was exhausting. Like,
Yeah. Like, as I understand it, like a lot of the stuff on Chandler Street, which is where Texas HQ and a lot of his close friends and informants and other folks are all located. I think all of that was mostly on one disc. But then once you start getting out of the Chandler Avenue stuff, I think that's when you start seeing the disc swapping and other stuff like that. So they tried to optimize it where they could, but even then, yeah, I mean, you just think about, you know, how long it probably took to spin up a little 45-second video clip every time you say something to
yeah, this is a
someone.
1994 CD-ROM, and this is a DOS game.
Yeah,
And so,
not
like, yeah,
optimized for CD stuff.
and so think about that. Like, it's like, yeah, so you probably, like, what, best case scenario, you have a dual speed, let
Yeah.
alone, like, it's like, what, because this is, I think this had, like, you could modify what resolutions
Hmm.
this ran at, so you could like, so you could get this in like a postage stamp
Yes.
that like moves at like 5 frames, you know, a minute, and then like it's like you click on something and it starts a video, and you go and put the kettle on to have some tea and it,
I
like
still miss that sound of I mean, I guess I
oh,
still
I
have an
remember that sound,
equivalent.
the whip and the
Yeah. I mean, it's not that different than the sound like that your video card gives you nowadays occasionally when you kick into some serious 3D or
dude,
something like
that
that.
heats up my room.
This worries me, Ben. I'm afraid that your Nvidia card is going to burn you alive one day.
Yeah, I've had a good run.
It's true. It's the way you have wanted to go.
Yeah. What am I gonna do? Buy a video card in this year? Those are all needed for our beloved data centers.
That's true. That's true. I mean, how else would we have gotten the script for this episode if
Yeah.
it weren't for all those data centers pumping out useful summaries?
But I mean, I think it's notable, and this is something that in like if I recall correctly, Jimmy Mayer's write up of this game had as well. It feels like a very friendly game. Like it's very generous to the player, which is interesting when you consider all of the access games that came up before it, which weren't. Like Amazon Guardians of Eden
Anything
is
but. Yeah.
like, and you were saying like fitting in the stealth that sequence kind of. I think that also kind of fits into like Amazon Guardians of Eden. Um, and this is what the sense I get having like looked at what people say about their other adventure games. That game has like arcade sequences, and it has like I think there's also a sense of, because that game and Mean Streets and Under a Killing Moon, I'm pretty sure all of these, they're sold as interactive movies.
Yeah.
And I think so I think the idea of having all of that is it's like, well, so it's an interactive movie, so this is like an action scene, or this is like like we're giving you
A full movie
yeah,
experience.
a full movie experience. It's not just it's not just an adventure with like puzzles and dialogue and like little video things. It has like these moments of like action where you have to like sneak around and avoid these like
Mm-hmm.
sentry droids, and you have to like use an inventory item at exactly the right time, and all like, and there's a timer and stuff like that. And you know I because that was kind of what Access was after the whole time. Like that was what they were after with the original, like with Mean Streets, and
Yeah.
what they were after with Amazon Guardian of Eden. Like they're always
Well, even Lynx was trying to be like a photorealistic
yeah
golf sim. I mean, it's digitizing photographs of actual golf courses and, bringing in bird sounds and stuff that are playing over your PC speaker. And, they were big on like, let's push the envelope technologically. And I mean, this game is very much reflective of that. And, you mentioned earlier, it's an it's an easy game to spend time with. I mean, the hint system in it, I think, is really beautifully realized too. I
mhm.
think that Under a Killing Moon, the approach basically it has like your Invisiclue style hints built into the game, and in order to access it, you trade off points from your score. And generally speaking, you have more than enough points to get all the hints you want out of the game. It's not like I'm going to not be able to get a hint when I need it, and it makes it a very friendly game to get, because I have a feeling I would have needed a walkthrough for this one, and it's kind of nice when the game's like, yeah, we know you probably need a walkthrough at this point, so here's some progressive clues to get you to that.
Yeah, and I think that's also like kind of helpful for like, especially since this is, you're searching in a 3D environment, and so like yeah, it's like, oh, maybe you missed this thing, maybe you
Yeah,
didn't look at the shelf.
yeah,
And I talked about this like with Paradise Killer, and and some other stuff. But like, I think that the uh searching around and being a detective in a 3D space, like when I played it for the first time in this, I thought that was just so like ingenious.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that like it has carried on in some of the Frogware Sherlock Holmes games, which I do need to play.
Yeah, I do think
And
you'll enjoy those when you get around to them.
and like as I said, like Paradise Killer does this, and some other games do this too. Um, the like I do think there's something really it scratches my brain in a fun way to just search in a 3D space.
Yeah.
Like I think like in a way where, and I know that like hidden object games are beloved by folks too. So like, but you know, I have more fun doing a hunt and a search role playing as a detective in a 3D space. And maybe like I like it more in Under a Killing Moon because there's such limited spaces, like by like the
Yeah.
technology, it can only be like a couple rooms that you're looking at.
It's not like an open world
Yeah.
adventure or anything like that.
Well, no, Paradise Killer is an open world and
I
you're just
know.
wandering around. And like
And Ben can't get enough of that game.
um it's I think there's something really special and fun to that. And I would love to see uh somebody of like this generation of adventure game developers give it a crack, though I think that probably it would be a lot of effort for not a huge, like there's a reason why everybody's not making the games that I want.
Yeah. Give it to him,
Because
Ben.
they suck, because they don't believe in making good games,
Was it different when you were younger though?
because they want to make slop for idiots. They don't want to make good stuff. That's why.
Yeah, I think the game developers are doing their best.
No.
And honestly, I just am glad they get to like share a little expression of their heart with us.
No.
Yeah, they're also real people, and
No.
they work pretty tough hours, and
No.
spend time away from families, and
No.
sometimes it's thankless. Like they get just. I'm sorry, Ben. You look like you want to say something.
No.
I think this new character could work for you. We're going to get like twice as many downloads on this episode. We're going to get a bunch of like comments on Spotify.
I
They're
agree
just
with
like
this guy.
this new guy you got on here. Finally, some energy I can get behind.
But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of and maybe there's even more games than the Sherlock Holmes, like in the Paradise Killers of the world.
There have to be,
like it's like, Ben, you say that this doesn't exist. It's just that you don't know about them, which is
It seems
true.
unlikely.
There's there's a thing I see online where like it's like there's a like a critic that I follow who will just like will just post. It's like whenever there's like a hot take on an old movie where somebody writes it as if they're like the first person to come up with this, because it's like it's the 2020s and we're so smart, and in the past everyone was stupid, and he's just like,
Oh, I remember.
we were saying
back
this
then.
in the 90s, we are saying this in the 80s, we're saying this in the 70s, we're saying this is like like it's like people were aware of things. Like it's like we didn't invent being smart today.
It's like when you go back and like read Computer Gaming World's review of Police Quest 1 back in the day, and they're like, there's some kind of problematic elements here.
Yeah, and but not their review of like Police Quest 3, where they're like, this is the greatest game
They
ever
nailed
made.
it. Well, yeah, fix those issues. They're like, this is an adventure game.
Anyway, yeah, and I think it's interesting. Like, so it has, the interface going back to that. Like, so the movement, which is now has like fixed and improved. Like, it's like you move and then you like pause and then it gives you the interface to kind of like interact with stuff. And it's a little like, overall, like the UI is kind of like weird and a little clunky, but the thing is that it's 1994. They were probably developing this in 1993. Like, it's like, this is pretty impressive. And once
Oh
you
yeah.
get in the swing of it, especially now that the biggest problem with it has been fixed, you know, just fucking play it. Like, I think now that that WSAD uh or ASD controls have been added, it's no more excuses.
No, you guys get out there and play it. You got to play this one, gang. We're tired of your excuses.
I've heard all of your excuses and they're wrong
Yeah, we've let you guys slide on all of these excuses
for far too
long
long.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you have ended up in this state.
Yeah. That's how we
And no
all ended
more.
up in this state.
Yeah,
Once you
that
play
would,
Under a Killing Moon, we'll fix all of your problems.
that's true. No matter what your problems might be, this game's got the solution.
But all right. Is there anything else to say about it? I mean, it's a good game. What are you gonna do?
I like this game. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to know what it's about someday. But I mean, it's a Maltese Falcon pastiche.
Yeah.
Meets like some sort of Moonraker style, like
Are you just saying
Bondy.
it's some Moonraker stuff because there's a part that takes place on the moon?
I mean, isn't the moon being used for evil things in Moonraker?
I don't know.
Well, now I need to know what Moonraker's about. Ben Vamp while I read about Moonraker.
All right. So
Okay,
uh
Vamp Harder.
but Moonraker,
Uh-huh.
was that based on one of his novels, or is that when they started to go off?
Let's see. That's a great question. It's the one that has astronaut Dr. Holly Goodhead.
Is that Roger Moore?
It is.
Or is that
Roger Moore?
Yeah, or
yes, it's Roger Moore.
Kinney?
Based on Moonraker by Ian Fleming.
It's based on a book.
It's based on a book. It's based on a book.
Now,
yeah, here you go. Ben, I am more correct than you thought. I didn't think I was wrong, and it turns out once again I wasn't. Finally, Bond goes into outer space to prevent a plot to wipe out the world population and repopulate humanity with a master race, which is essentially the plot of this game. I think I don't quite
actually
remember.
kind of the plot, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Are you a Bond guy?
I mean, I've watched a lot of
considers
Bond
it like
films.
your job, like, because I like people who are like, well, there's a new James Bond movie out, so I must see it.
I kind of like, I'm not rushed to the theater, but I'll watch them when they hit streaming. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Who's
I mean,
who's your Bond?
Like, as a kid, what was on TBS all the time when I was growing up, which was like my point of reference, were the Roger Moore films. So like, Live and Let Die is kind of the Bond I think of. Yeah, that's the Bond I think of, and which is funny because it's like, I mean, it's all about voodoo and things, which again is a great starting point for any adventure.
I have never particularly, like, Bond is a thing I've tried to get into out of a sense of, it's like, oh, this is important.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, this is important. And then like every time I've watched a James Bond, I've been like mostly bored.
The Sean Connery ones are so ridiculous to me that like I can't watch them in a serious way. Like, and part of it is I use clips from this sometimes in my classes. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a performer in film so bent on performing masculinity as Sean Connery is in some of those early James. And part of it is, I think just he's so hairy that he can't help it. But it's he's so over the top as Bond. I have trouble getting into what probably a lot of people would argue are some of your better Bond films. I don't know if there are a lot of people out there saying Roger Moore is the better Bond. I mean, we probably should settle this though here while we're on the
Yeah,
podcast. Who's
yeah.
the better Bond?
Oh, dude, I just said that I'm
Yeah.
absolutely agnostic on James Bond.
Well, there was that one unofficial film where Woody Allen, who you mentioned earlier, played James Bond. Would you go with him?
It's the original Casino Royale.
The original Casino Royale,
The
yeah.
movie's terrible, but it does have a great theme by Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, memorably used in an SNL sketch.
Wow. So you're saying that's your favorite? Woody
Yeah,
Allen?
it has. Well, I mean, I think he's only in it for a little, like a bit, because it
I
like
think
has
several
like Peter
Bonds in that one. That's the
Sellers.
joke.
There's
right?
like multiple people that play.
Does Peter Sellers play multiple people who play multiple Bonds?
I don't even. Does Peter Sellers play Bond? It's been
Because he's Norbiting it all over the place in those films.
He was. You ever see The Mouse That Roared?
No, we've talked about this before.
We have.
Okay. We have.
Yeah,
maybe on the podcast.
Memory's terrible.
Yeah. You ever seen Dr. Strangelove? It's really good.
No.
Do you know who else is in that?
I've seen it.
James Earl Jones and Margot Robbie.
Jess, you must be kidding. Yeah, kidder.
Oh, we like to have fun here at Quest, the Adventure Game Podcast.
Any last words on Under a Killing Moon?
If you haven't played this one, go play it. Yeah, it's good. You'll enjoy. If you enjoy old adventure games, you're going to enjoy Under a Killing Moon. It's super charming.
Yeah, moral recordings.itch.io. That will get you to the WSAD ASD WSA.
Yeah.
You know, it's all the same.
Or if that's hard to remember, I've created a bit.ly. It's bit.ly / capital J R W 1 Q A D 7 441 S A T U 7821 Tex Murphy.
Just you didn't. It's case sensitive, and you didn't say when it was uppercase, so you have to go.
Yeah, every fourth letter.
And can you please say all of those letters that you just said again, exactly the same, and then just note when it's uppercase and lowercase?
Okay,
please?
yeah, I'm sorry. Lowercase b, lowercase I, lowercase t, lowercase period.
Oh, so the bit.ly is also.
Well, you didn't let me get to the end of it. Capital L, lowercase y, / Don't you hate when? Yeah, no, I mean, just probably make Ben's way of work.
Actually,
better.
hold on. Let me. It's there. I have a QR code.
Okay,
so,
could you describe it?
Yeah, I'll describe it. It's a white box.
Okay,
with some black pixels in it. It kind of looks like if you squint a little bit when you turn your head, looks kind of like a fawn lost in a blizzard.
Weird, because when I look at it, I see two butterflies kissing.
Well, you should talk to a professional about that. That means something. My visual of it is the normal one. Did you know that with Rorschach's, there's a correct answer and a wrong answer?
And only those.
That's actually that's what you go, like, you know, when you're getting an advanced degree to become like a therapist. Like, it's just essentially rote memorization of what the correct and incorrect answers to all the Rorschachs are.
That's right. And including the advanced ones, like the really hard ones.
Yeah.
What they'll tell you is the right answer is just penis over and over again.
The supremely abstract ones where, like, it's really hard to figure out what they are. Like, yeah, that's what you get to, like, as you're getting near your dissertation, and the dissertation is a Rorschach test delivered by a panel, and they're all in Sigmund Freud cosplay.
Yeah, and if you get one wrong,
the women too, to be clear.
They've all got like
the fake beard, and they've
the cigar.
And I want to be clear: shaved heads, not a bald wig or a bald cap. They shave their heads for
anytime. Yeah, you've had a professor of psychology, or a psychiatrist or anyone like that. Yeah, they've all had their heads shaved. Recently, probably, if they've had like a PhD candidate coming through.
Yeah. They all have to do it.
It's just part of it's like their academic regalia. Why do you think they wear the little caps?
Yeah, and now, Jess, when you teach your classes, you do it with a mortar board on and your robe, right?
Only if it's really cold in the classroom, I'll sometimes put on the robe. You know, Ben, have I ever told you this part of my academic regalia? I wear a Battle of Yavin medal.
Do you really?
I do, yeah, and I've had several people ask me what it is, and I always just make up some award that I've won.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wear on my neck with my whole regalia. I wear a Battle of Yavin medal just to amuse
Has
myself.
anyone ever gotten it though?
Not yet. Not yet. It's a pretty distinctive looking medal.
Let me
But I just
look
kind of
at
like the way
this.
it looks with my robe and everything. So yeah.
Is it like bronze? Is it plastic? Like what is it?
It's bronze. It's cast with a nice brown a brown ribbon on it.
I see exactly this from Entertainment Earth. I'm looking at Medal of Yavin replica, sold out for informational purposes only.
Yeah, probably a lot of other professors bought it. Yeah, I have a medal for like teaching or something, but it's boring. It looks like I just like won the 100-yard dash or something. I want the Battle of Yavin there. Or maybe everyone does recognize it and it's like, that's sad. Why does he need so much attention?
I mean, that's a pretty good deep cut though. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
it's not I have, I think, one friend that would be able to like eyeball and go, I know what that is. Like do a little secret smile at you and be like, pretty good.
yeah.
But everybody else would just be like, is that I don't think Harvard gives this
I got this
out.
in divinity school where I studied the Force.
Well, this has been Quest, the adventure game podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Send us an email if you have any questions or if there's a game you wanted us to talk about or whatever. It's not guaranteed and might end up in a ditch where I send all the emails, but some of them get read. And that's questpodcast@gmail.com. And also rate and review always helps us.
It does. It does. It helps our self-esteem.
Yeah.
Especially if you like emphasize like, whose content you're enjoying more.
I'm curious, Jess, this is so like download numbers are often pegged to like there's a lot of people that listen to most of our like the majority of our listeners will listen to most of the podcast. But then there's like I'll say like about 40 to 50 people that will just see the title and listen or skip it.
Which is me on a lot of podcasts.
Yeah. And so my question for you is, do you think so the bottom here, the games that people are least interested in hearing us talk about them are bafflingly Star Trek 25th anniversary and
baffling.
Tales from the Borderlands, which I'll note have the same amount of downloads.
Yeah, and I will say Ben was sandbagging us on Tales from the Borderlands. He wasn't putting in 100%, so I'm not surprised that listens were down on that one.
Wait, but no, that would be on the previous podcast because no one, even like if they listen to it for like 5 seconds,
No, I put out like when I announced it on social media, I said Ben didn't really try hard on this one. Don't listen to this one. So I did. Yeah, I mean, your sandbagging caused me to like actively sabotage the episode.
Okay. So, all right. So at the bottom, we have Tales from the Borderlands and again, bafflingly, Star Trek 25.
That's a good episode. Hey Ben. Demon World. You remember Demon World?
I'll always remember Demon World. And then up towards the top, Quest for Glory 1.
Obviously, maybe the best game ever.
Yeah, like Quest for Glory 1, King's Quest 3, which yes, I know, we'll get back to it. I promise.
We're cooking up something.
Codename Iceman for some reason. um, like so my question for you is, do you think where do you think this will land?
Square in the middle of the upper half. Top 25%.
Top 25. So you think so I would say our top 25%.
Wait, Ben, before you say these numbers, multiply them by a certain factor so we don't sound so like small time.
Sure. I'm not going to say the numbers.
Okay.
But they're not great.
Let's say 10 million listeners for our average episode.
Yeah, 10 million listeners. And like, so that would be an average like kind of 90s canon game. Is the top. So it's like the all the Space Quest episodes and Phantasmagoria Maniac Mansion. Those are all, and then at the bottom, Star Trek the 25th, a 90s canon episode that for some reason
with
game.
two Trekkies here talking about a beloved point and click adventure game.
It's so weird.
We should just re-record that one.
So weird. So weird. I just do not understand.
And we said all kinds of funny things in that one. Like, do you remember the funny things you said?
I don't remember any shit I say.
I'll never forget some of the things you said in that episode.
Great. I'm glad.
Yeah. I mean, you were on that one, Ben.
Great. But yeah, so I am curious. Like, more people are interested in listening us discuss copy protection than listening to us discuss Star Trek 25.
And it has copy protection. How does that make sense? It's got it all.
All right. And I want to be clear, this isn't self-pitying. I'm just mostly curious where does Tex Murphy fit on that in the canon? Anyway.
And you know what? Email us and leave comments about what sorts of topics you want to hear us talk about.
Yeah.
If you want to hear us do 3 more episodes about Under a Killing Moon, Ben and I will try to figure out what the plot of it was, and we'll talk about that next time.
And it's like, hey, what am I going to do? Prepare for this? I rewatched some stuff. I read some notes.
I played like 10 hours of Under a Killing Moon to prepare for this, and I still don't know what the plot was.
I called up Chris Jones, and we had a 5-hour conversation, and he told me everything that happened behind the scenes, and I didn't cover it.
I called up Chris Roberts, and he seemed a little like confused about why I was asking so many questions about Tex Murphy, but you know what? Still very helpful.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Did he talk to him about Strike Commander?
No, I didn't know. Did he work on games?
Kinda.
Did you ever play Privateer?
No. I did play Freelancer.
Good game.
Yeah, Freelancer was pretty good. Did you play Freelancer?
Yeah, I did play some Freelancer.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad. You could control it with a mouse. That was my favorite part, honestly.
Yeah,
I used to had mouse controls. Oh, like click and drag for a space sim. Still, no one's doing that shit.
You didn't have your Thrustmaster?
I'll save that for offline. All right. We'll see you next week when we discuss Space Quest 4. So here's the thing about Space Quest 4, Jess. Is that, all right, so the plot of Space Quest 4, are they ever called the Time Rippers in the game? We discussed this, but let's get this now that you've been thinking about it in Space Quest 4.
I don't think they are. I don't think they're directly referred to as the Time Rippers per se.
Do you think that like Scott and Mark came up with that name, or do you think that was like kind of a marketing, like they were just like they kind of came up with it?
That's a good question, because I'm not sure. We happen to have special guest Scott Murphy right here. He's been sitting in the wings for this entire episode in case Space Quest 4. Oh, he disconnected.
Oh,
We
oh
heard
yeah, no, he's
he heard
having a
the end
little.
theme. He
He's
thought it was
having.
over.
Oh wait,
Oh
no, all right,
no.
he's connected again. I
Okay,
see
yeah,
him.
Scott. So,
Yeah.
okay. First of all, love your work.
Yeah,
Love the Space Quest games. Big fan.
yeah.
The in Space Quest 4, it's subtitled Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers. Did you guys name Roger Wilco Jr. and his time traveling?
I
Like,
thought
we
the
never really
Time
see
Rippers
any.
were the bad guys.
No, they're the sequel police. I think that it's Roger Wilco Jr.'s.
Oh,
Like,
so he was the Time Ripper?
I think he.
Sorry,
Because
wait, hold
yeah,
on. Sorry, Scott. I
yeah.
always
Sorry.
thought that the Time Rippers were the bad guys, and that was another name for the sequel police.
No. I think that the Time Ripper. I'm sorry,
Scott,
Let-
hold on.
Because my impression is that
Oh, the Time Rippers were what Roger
pushes him into a
Wilco
time rip.
Jr. is called?
I thought so.
Hold on. All right, let's look at
We
the
gotta
box
get
here.
Donnie P. Scott, just a second.
hold
We're
on.
going to mute
Space
you for
Quest
just a
4
second,
box.
just while we. Yeah.
I want to look. Let's look at the back of the box and see what the description.
Well, I'm going to go to the Space Quest Omnipedia because that's going to have all the best answers. Let's see. And we'll talk about way more about this next week.
Scott, bear with us.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Let's see. Moby Games, Space Quest 4. Oh, it's like, do you mean Space Quest IV? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I'd also be curious to talk about that, Scott, in just a moment, like this switch between Roman numerals and like Arabic numerals.
Okay.
But
all right, so here I'm going to read the description and okay. Doesn't say anything about the Time Rippers here. All right, Roger Wilco embarks on a topsy-turvy trip through space and time in this fourth chapter in the award-winning Space Quest series. What awards? Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers. Okay. From a nostalgic look at his past in Space Quest 1 to a terrifying visit in the future of Space Quest 12, Roger's on the run again. Hot on his ion trail are the sequel police, who it doesn't refer to as the Time Rippers. Deadly cross-time assassins who are out to put an end to Roger and all Space Quest nonsense once and for all. Once again, it's up to Roger Wilco to save the past or save the future, or is that the past of Space Quest series and keep the universe safe for fair play, bad jokes, and lots more Space Quest games. Let's keep a note. There's only 2 Space Quest games after that, so he actually failed.
Wow.
At it. But so the Time Rippers. All right.
Here's my thing. Just bear with us for just a second. It says on the Space Quest Omnipedia, which Ben, like a lot of these Wikia sites, I can't necessarily vouch for the accuracy of this, but it describes the Time Rippers as a band of insurgents trying to overthrow Sludge Valhalla and his sequel police on Xenon in the Space Quest 12 time period. Roger Wilco's son was a member of this group. Professor Lloyd was also likely a member or at least associated with them. It says here they are men of few words. They're courageous fighters, not murderous. Rescue Roger from the sequel police at the beginning of Space Quest 4. That's just a sentence fragment. Send Roger into the future. Space Quest 12, also a sentence fragment. Rebellious to Vohal's take. They fight to the end to take back their planet from the infected supercomputer. Yeah, I mean, grammatically, it leaves a lot to be desired. And Scott, as someone who loves to construct like a beautiful sentence, I know that probably drives you insane, but we'll get to you in just 1 second.
All right, Jess, I just made a discovery. Which is I'm on Moby Games. I'm looking at this, and there's this CD-ROM, like just one of the jewel case releases of the game on CD, and on the back, because it only has space for one screenshot, it's an EGA one, and clearly this is the CD-ROM, so it wouldn't be that. That's just Scott. What do you think? Shit, he disconnected again.